the day of the No Kings March, and my wife and I, Lorna, we were here about an hour. The day of the No Kings March, and my wife and I, Lorna, we were here about an hour. There were some speakers going, there was a band playing, there was a craft fair over on this side, and we walked over here to the east side of the park.
Welcome to this semester's last Sun News at Noon. I'm Abby Hale.
And I'm Ella McClure. Thanks for tuning in. New campsites will be built between Hurricane and Zion National Park after the deadline to challenge the plan passed on April 22nd. The Bureau of Land Management proposed 2 campgrounds that would hold hundreds of designated campsites. The change replaces the current free dispersed camping with paid campgrounds, costing around $25 to $45 per night. Construction will start after the final decision is made.
Congress is updating the Surface Transportation Act, a federal law that helps fund Utah's roads, bike paths, and hiking trails before the current Biden funding expires in September. Cuts could threaten planned projects like the Santa Clara River Trail that students use for transportation and recreation, along with new UDOT bike and pedestrian crossings across the state.
A St. George man is challenging a traffic citation he received after honking during a No Kings protest. I spoke with Jack Hoops about what led to the citation and why he is now fighting it in court.
The day of the No Kings March, and my wife and I, Lorna, we were here about an hour. There were some speakers going, there was a band playing, there was a craft fair over on this side, and we walked over here to the east side of the park. So we stood there, and people were coming by and honking their horns in support. And as we were leaving, we were coming back this way, and my wife said, let's just pull up the street and support the protesters there. I beeped it twice. I didn't lay on it or anything like that. I just honked. People were waving. And there was a policeman in the middle of the median, and he yelled something at me. It was, don't honk your horn. I didn't really hear it, but I kind of maybe in my mind couldn't figure out what else he'd be saying. But as we went up past the street, I saw some friends of ours that I hadn't seen the protest, and I beeped my horn. Well, the cop, of course, spun around and turned his lights on. I couldn't believe it, but I said, we're getting pulled over. And he said, didn't you hear me? And I said, well, I thought that was, freedom of expression. You can honk your horn. He took my license and registration and came back a few minutes later and stuck a piece of paper in, and I thought I was getting a ticket. At that time, another car passed, honking its horn, and I said, aren't you going to stop him? And he did not like that and said, I've been trying to be decent to you, and I'm giving you a ticket. And I said, go ahead.
I asked the ticket price and what his plans are if things don't go as expected.
It's only $50. It's going to cost me a lot more to fight it. I will probably try to pursue changing St. George's ordinances. They have a law saying you can't honk your horn. Try to pursue it that way because I think First Amendment rights are very important. So it keeps our democracy in place, and I'm concerned about that now.
A Utah Tech student was arrested and charged with 10 second-degree felony counts of sexual exploitation of a minor on April 14th. According to St. George News, the investigation began in February after a cyber tip linked alleged child abuse material to student Tyler Oldroyd. Through multiple IP addresses on campus, the suspect posted bail and the investigation is ongoing.
Utah Tech students could see lower ticket prices after a jury found Live Nation illegally monopolized the ticket industry. New York State Attorney General Letitia James said this ruling could increase competition beyond Ticketmaster. Jurors found that the Live Nation pressured venues and artists to use Ticketmaster, limiting competition and raising prices. The case will move to a judge for penalties. Live Nation says it will continue to fight the case.
The Chick-fil-A in the Gardner Building is closing May 5th. Dining Services Director Zach Gates says that this was a thoughtful decision between the university and Chick-fil-A. I asked Zach Gates what led this university's decision.
So it was actually a Chick-fil-A / Utah Tech decision. 2 years ago, they came to us and said, hey, we're going to shut down Chick-fil-A because you guys aren't doing enough financially. And they wanted us to see in this type of operation at least $1 million in sales each year. And so they came to us and said in like June of 24, let's say, said we're closing you down. Us not getting together on the same plan. Chick-fil-A wanted one, we wanted another. That type of investment didn't make sense for us, didn't make sense for Chick-fil-A. So we came to a mutual agreement and said, hey, it's better to part ways now. And in the future, as we grow a new student center, it's possible that we can get Chick-fil-A back on campus. There is works for a new restaurant. It's a known brand. It's a franchise. Contracts are still under review, basically. It has to open essentially before school starts. That's the goal. It's a growing brand. It's something that I feel we can do a lot more with on campus with catering and different things.
Other than the new restaurant, I asked Gates if there's any new additions coming to the Gardner.
I know Chick-fil-A loss is big. Pizza and Crispy Crunchy are going to have a spot where they are together. Not entirely losing a chicken option. I know it's not the huge brand like Chick-fil-A, but they are a huge brand across the nation. Exciting stuff's happening, even though sad to lose Chick-fil-A.
So Ella, the Chick-fil-A is closing, but they're bringing in new restaurants. How do you feel about that?
I'm actually really sad that Chick-fil-A is not going to be there anymore. It's one of my favorite fast food restaurants, but honestly, I'm excited to see what new additions they're going to bring.
Me too. After the break, Gage Lash will bring you the latest Trailblazer highlights.
Welcome to Utah Tech University. From classrooms to cliffs and lectures to lakes. Here, we celebrate active learning, active life. Our Trailblazers learn by doing, are career ready, and solve real problems with real partners to meet community needs. Here, students get the full college experience and choose from 300 affordable academic programs. All in one of the most stunning destinations on Earth. With this as your backyard, life is just as active as your education. Come experience active learning, active life at Utah Tech University.
An in-state upset resulted in Utah Tech men's baseball stunning Brigham Young University in Provo 9-4. This win ends the Trailblazers' 3-game losing streak against the Cougars. Juniors P.D. Soto Jr. and Hudson Manwaring led the team with 3 hits each. The Trailblazers will stay on the road against California Baptist University tomorrow at 7 p.m. Trailblazers softball was swept by the University of Texas Arlington after losing 9-4 Saturday. Utah Tech found themselves down 7-0 early until sophomore Kinley Pappas responded in the 3rd inning with a home run. The Trailblazers are on a 4-game losing streak and will travel to take on Tarleton State University tomorrow at 3 p.m. Utah Tech men's golf are hitting the fairway to McKinney, Texas to compete in the WAC Men's Golf Championships. Leading the team is David Lichty, a player whose freshman season has been one for the ages. Here's a closer look. In his lone season at Utah Tech so far, David Lichty has wowed patrons up and down the West Coast all season. Lichty has received medalist honors twice for his 2 tournament wins this season. He is a 2-time WAC Player of the Week. He hit the 2nd ever hole-in-one at Bandon Dunes Golf Course, and he was invited to a PGA Tour event, the Bank of Utah Championship at Black Desert.
I think that first win was really big for me, just recognizing that I could win a college tournament. First half of the season, my best finish was probably like top 10. Getting that first win was big for me, and then going to Chambers Bay and winning by 8 was pretty sick.
I asked David on how he joined the men's golf team here at Utah Tech.
I got like a couple offers. I think I got offers from like Utah State, UVU. I mean, Westminster would have taken me. A couple other schools were looking at me. I won a tournament, the Southern Utah Open down here. I won that, and Sutter gave me an offer, and I was like, I think I accepted it like that night. I was like so excited.
I asked David about what the golf team needs to do to succeed in the WAC tournament this upcoming week.
We need at least 4 like good scores. It's kind of just what it takes to win. If we play how we did at Classic Club in Palm Springs, I think we have a pretty good chance of winning. We just need to play well as a team. Like, it's not one person that's going to win us the tournament. It takes all of us.
The tournament will begin in McKinney, Texas on Monday. Well, guys, this is it. Not only is this the last show of the semester, but this is also the last edition of Sun News at Noon. How are you guys feeling?
I know it's really sad, but I'm really grateful to have this opportunity, and we just want to say a huge thank you to our production team, Lauren and James, for everything you've done for us and Utah Tech.
We also want to say thank you to our Sun News at Noon team, Kasaya, Dorothy, Lexi, and Holly. We're so grateful for all the hours you put into this show, and we're going to miss you.
This has been an incredible opportunity for me. Like, if it wasn't for this, I wouldn't have been able to learn how to write scripts, how to reach out to people, how to do interviews. I can't thank everyone enough, and I'm so excited to see where I go in the future.
That's it for this semester's edition of Sun News at Noon.
We will see you here next semester, same time, same place.
Have a great summer break, Trailblazers.